Welcome to our exploration of Black Jesus. Let's uncover the earliest representations of Jesus Christ. The historical significance of these images highlights their relevance to current discussions on race and identity. Cultural impact is profound, demonstrating how representation influences our beliefs and identities.
For centuries, the image of Jesus has captivated and comforted millions. Yet the very features ascribed to this holy figure remain a point of contention. Was Jesus, as many believe today, a man of European descent? Or do historical and biblical clues point to a different truth, to a Jesus who was black? This essay delves into this compelling question, exploring the evidence and the implications of a black Christ. The significance of this exploration extends far beyond mere curiosity. It challenges deeply ingrained assumptions about race, religion, and power. By examining the historical evolution of Jesus' image, we gain a deeper understanding of how art and iconography have been used to shape perceptions and reinforce ideologies. The quest to unveil the true face of Jesus is not about imposing a singular narrative. Rather, it is about acknowledging the diversity of interpretations and understanding the historical forces that have shaped our understanding of the divine. It is a journey that compels us to confront uncomfortable truths about our past and reconsider the lens through which we view faith and identity. Ultimately, this exploration seeks to foster a more inclusive and nuanced understanding of Jesus, one that resonates with the experiences of people of all backgrounds. It is a call to move beyond simplistic representations and embrace the richness and complexity of history and faith.
What if everything you thought you knew about Christ's appearance was a lie? The Bible gives us a vivid description of Christ's physical appearance. Revelation describes Christ with hair like wool and feet like burnt brass. Daniel also describes the Ancient of Days with woolly hair. Woolly hair, like that of a lamb, is a characteristic of the black race. John's vision of Christ includes eyes like a flame of fire. Daniel describes Christ's arms and feet as the color of polished brass. Brass, when burned, turns a dark brown to black color.
The Bible does offer intriguing clues about his appearance. These descriptions, often overlooked or misinterpreted, challenge the conventional image of a fair-skinned European Jesus. One compelling passage is found in Revelation chapter 1 verses 14 to 15, where John describes a vision of Jesus. His hair, we are told, was white as wool, as white as snow, and his feet were like bronze glowing in a furnace. This vivid imagery evokes the appearance of someone familiar with the scorching sun, someone whose skin tone reflects a life lived under the Middle Eastern sky. Further supporting this interpretation is the book of Daniel, where the prophet describes a vision of a man clothed in linen, whose waist was girded with gold of Uphaz. His body was like beryl, his face like the appearance of lightning, his eyes like torches of fire, his arms and his feet like the color of burnished bronze. Daniel chapter 10 verses 5 to 6. The recurring motif of bronze-like skin reinforces the notion of a darker complexion, far removed from the pale hues often attributed to Jesus in Western art. These biblical descriptions challenge us to reconsider our preconceived notions about Jesus' appearance.
The term, Middle Eastern, was invented to separate Israel from Africa. The Suez Canal physically separated Israel from Africa. The Bible's description of Christ contradicts the mainstream portrayal. Early religious icons depicted Christ as a black man. The Renaissance period marked the beginning of the whitewashing of Christ's image. Leonardo da Vinci and Michelangelo were commissioned to create a new image of Christ. Cesare Borgia's image was used as the model for the new white Christ. This new image was spread globally, replacing the original black depictions. The Catholic Church played a significant role in promoting this false image. The original black images of Christ were systematically destroyed or altered. The Bible warns against false Christs and prophets. Christ's true image was hidden to promote white supremacy. The Israelites, including Christ, were historically black. The slave trade further propagated the false image of a white Christ. Slaves were forced to worship a white Jesus under threat of death. The false image of Christ was used to justify the oppression of black people. The apocryphal books, which contained prophecies about this deception, were removed from the Bible. The Wisdom of Solomon warns against the creation and worship of false images. The Catholic Church continues to venerate the Black Madonna and Child in private. Modern research supports the historical depiction of Christ as black. The true image of Christ is gradually being rediscovered. The Bible's description of Christ aligns with historical and archaeological evidence. The world must recognize and correct the false portrayal of Christ. The truth about Christ's appearance is crucial for understanding our history and identity.
Moving beyond the scriptures, we find further evidence supporting the notion of a darker-skinned Jesus in the writings of early historians and commentators, provide valuable insights into how Jesus was perceived by those who lived closer to his time. One such account comes from the Jewish historian Titus Flavius Josephus, who lived in the 1st century AD. In his work Antiquities of the Jews, Josephus describes Jesus as having a dark complexion, scanty curly hair, and a short stature, a king of color art from the catacombs. The earliest known artistic representations of Jesus found in the catacombs of Rome provide further evidence to support the claim of a black Christ. These images, dating back to the 2nd and 3rd centuries AD, depict a youthful Jesus with dark skin, curly hair, and often dressed in the garb of a shepherd or philosopher. One striking example is the fresco in the catacomb of Commedia, which portrays Jesus with short, curly hair, a beard, and distinctly African features. This image, along with numerous others found in the catacombs, challenges the notion that a black Jesus is a modern invention or a product of revisionist history. The catacomb paintings offer a glimpse into the early Christian community, a community that was far more diverse than often imagined. These images suggest that early Christians, many of whom were themselves of African descent, saw nothing unusual about depicting Jesus with dark skin. The consistent portrayal of Jesus with dark skin and African features across numerous catacomb paintings cannot be easily dismissed as mere coincidence. The Black Madonna, Mother and Child. The veneration of the Black Madonna, a tradition found in various parts of Europe and beyond, provides further testament to the historical presence of a black Christ in Christian iconography. These images, often depicting the Virgin Mary and the infant Jesus with dark skin, challenge the notion that a black Jesus is a modern or exclusively African phenomenon. The Black Madonna of Częstochowa in Poland, the Black Madonna of Montserrat in Spain, and the Black Madonna of Loreto in Italy are just a few examples of this enduring tradition. These images, often enshrined in prominent cathedrals and pilgrimage sites, attest to the widespread acceptance of a Black Madonna and, by extension, a Black Christ in medieval Europe. The Black Madonna, often associated with miraculous powers and maternal protection, embodies a complex interplay of race, faith, and cultural identity. The veneration of the Black Madonna serves as a powerful reminder that the history of Christian art and iconography is far more diverse and nuanced than often acknowledged.